I got another video for you. What can you get for 10 bucks? So I've made a couple of these videos already. One of them featured this monitor, which is an Acer, fairly new model, not too new, but seems fairly new model. It's in really good shape, 10 bucks. But this video isn't about the monitor, it's about this old Dell Optiplex 745. Now, it's a really old computer. It was originally shipped with Windows XP, so that should tell you something about its age. However, I got it for 10 bucks, and I like to play with these old computers. I like to see what can we do with this computer. What can we get out of it? Is it even usable for anyone in any situation? So the answer is, it depends. It can be useful. So what I did was, I looked on CPU list to determine what could we do with the old Pentium 4 processor. So that Pentium 4 processor was 1 core, 2 threads, which is pretty cool. It had 2 threads for that 1 core, so that's actually something. But it receives a benchmark of only 329, so that's really, really low. So I looked online, as I said, on CPU list. I wanted to see what's the best processor at a reasonable price, because I don't want to invest a lot in a $10 computer. What can we put in here to make this computer faster without spending much money? So what I found was, I found Intel Q6600 quad core. The Q is for quad. So this is a quad core CPU, and it benches at 1780. So we're going from 329 to 1780. So we've really increased our performance. Now 1780 by modern standards is still pretty low, but we're now to where we can consider, is this a usable computer? So this computer, though it was shipped with Windows XP, the owners of the computer had upgraded it to Windows 7. So now we've got Windows 7 on it. I don't know if it's still possible at the time of this writing, but I guess, or this video, but I guess it is. We were able to recently upgrade this computer from Windows 7 to Windows 10 for free. So it's running Windows 10. So let's take a look. You can see how long it takes this thing to boot up and whatnot. So if I can find the power button. Where are you, Mr. Power Button? There it is. So, one more thing we could do is we could install an SSD. Whether or not that's something that you want to do on an old system like that, like this, that's up to you. But I've seen SSDs down into the teens now, so you might be able to pick one like 128 gigabyte SSD up for 17 bucks or something like that. But even without an SSD, you can see this system is fairly responsive. I mean, it boots pretty fast. And as you can see, there you are. It's running pretty good. It's booting pretty fast. We've got Windows 10 on it. It's not a great system. It's just not that fast. It's just not going to be able to do a lot of things. But I think you would find that this system would be quite capable of watching videos on it, It would be quite capable of doing just browsing the internet, things like that, checking your email. And that's really all some people need is a computer for that. They don't, my wife, she actually plays a couple games now, but until recently she never played any games, but she's trying to play some games with my daughter, so she's been playing games recently. But a lot of people don't play any games, and all they want to do is browse the internet, maybe do a little bit of online shopping, maybe watch a few videos, check their emails. You can do all of that on this computer. If you installed a free antivirus on there, you could browse using Windows 10 with all the latest updates and stay safe online. So what can you get for $10? Well, admittedly, I put an extra $8 in this system. But the system came with Ethernet, so it could be connected directly. And it also had a 300 megabit per second Wi-Fi card. Not the best card ever, but that's fast enough. I mean, not a lot of people will use that kind of Wi-Fi speed anyway. So I find it works really good. If I could see, maybe I could pull something up. Let's see what we can pull up on here. If we can pull up a website, if it's even connected to the internet. No. I'd never use it, so it's not connected. But I'm going to connect to our Wi-Fi and see. What we got. So there, it connected pretty fast. It's running an old version of Edge. I just want to see, if it can load a video fairly quickly. And you can see it's kind of struggling even to open the Edge browser, which, considering the processor age, the fact that it hasn't been updated, and it may be doing updates in the background, only 8 gigs of RAM, and it doesn't have an SSD, so it's going to struggle a little bit. But let's see if we can pull up YouTube on here. YouTube.com. So there it is. It's trying to load up some YouTube videos. And when it does, we're going to click on one and see if it can load it. You can see it's struggling pretty mightily. Now, one of the other problems is I haven't installed a decent graphics card on it because it's a $10 computer that I don't even use. So it's got a very old Quadro 400, but I use that same card on some on my servers, so I would not blame this on the card. Even though it's a very low powered card, it can render a page like this. So it's got to be CPU. It may be checking updates and whatnot, and that's dragging the system down. And it's an old processor, and it has probably it's a pretty old hard drive, and those are definitely slower. So there it is. We've got it pulled up. Let's see if we click on a video. How long does it take? It's going to take a little while, obviously, but there you go. So I'm sure we could really increase that speed if we would install an SSD. So, you know, whether or not you want to do that, that's questionable because of the age of the system. But paid $10 for the computer, $8 for upgraded CPU, and so if you put SSD that would cost $10 or less into it, you would have something that would definitely load all of this much quicker, and you'd have $40 in it. Now that's about as cheap as possible for a computer that you can use for anything, and it's running Windows 10. So whether or not that's something that is fits your use case, hard to say, but maybe your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, maybe they could use a computer like that. So looking at a thrift store, you could find a gem like this, fix it up for them. You got $40 in that, $10 in the monitor. You got $50 in a computer that your mom or your grandpa could actually use to check email, surf the web, watch videos. They might be very happy about that. So if you like this video, what can you get for $10? $18. But we won't talk about the $8 part. So what can you get for $18? You can get a computer with an upgraded CPU. So thanks for watching. If you like this content, like it and subscribe to our channel. You can see more of these kind of videos. If you have any suggestions, we welcome them. Let us know what you would like to see. If we can find something like a printer or maybe another computer, another monitor, a mouse, a keyboard, we'll make a video of it for you. Thanks for watching.